To another edition of Just Phil. Hey, I'm still Phil Fleischman, and I, believe it or not, am still your host. I don't know how I get away with it sometimes, but okay. So, for those of you who have been watching the show, at the very end of the show last week with Dr. Taylor, I had Shawn come out and say hello. We talked very, very briefly about core muscle strengthening. And how it can help prevent and help recuperate from injuries much faster.
Right.
So guess what, people? We got Shawn again. Everybody, Shawn Kirkwood. He is one of the owners of Simply Fit Fitness Studio in Somerville.
Yes.
And before we get done, you are going to get a chance to meet his wife,
my lovely wife,
Dee. But let's go back to what we were talking about last week, if we could, for just a moment. Now, I am not the poster child for physical fitness. Okay? I know that. Mm-hmm. I have to work out more, and I have to run some if I could get off of my butt and do it. And my wife's going to make me do it. As soon as she sees this, I have no choice. So that's beside the point.
Right.
But it's my understanding that those people who work on their core muscles are going to be resistant to accidents, right. Accidentally hurting themselves, and they're going to recuperate much quicker.
Right. Yeah. The way that your body works, the stronger your muscles are, the stronger your cardiovascular system is, the more rapidly it repairs itself. The more it's able to protect itself from injury and recover quickly from injury. So yeah, absolutely. The better shape you're in, the better you're going to recover from an accident type of situation.
Now, let me see if I have this straight though. You are next door to Dr. Taylor's office.
Right, just a couple of doors down, 2 driveways over. Yes, sir.
So I imagine that he refers people to you for things that he can't handle right there in his shop, and vice versa.
Right, right.
You know what, let's do this for a moment. I happen to be fortunate enough that Dr. Taylor happens to still be right here with us. Let me get him to come on out and let's talk about what they do together, okay? We'll be right back in just a moment. Welcome back to the show. So, listen, I invited Dr. Taylor back out for just a moment with Shawn, and I'm reminded that there are a lot of times when I'm doing my job as an accountant that I have to refer people out to attorneys or some other professional because we're hitting something that I'm not really qualified to do, or I just don't have enough experience. But the two of you guys, it's just very fortunate that you are so close to each other. Y'all share and you work together on, I imagine, a lot of different clients.
Right, yeah. Common client base where people are interested in either their skeletal health or muscular health or a combination of both. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Now, what you do supports what Dr. Taylor does. And what Dr. Taylor does helps what you do.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. It's good stuff, Phil. I tell you what, I've known Shawn and his lovely wife for over a year now. We got to make sure we say that part, right? It has to be said. So I've known this guy for over a year, and the way our relationship kind of started out is we just kind of started hanging out, and I started working out and doing Shawn's boot camp. I would love to say as much as I did then. I wish I was doing it now, but life is crazy. But I say all that to say I kind of tried it out first, right? And I was getting chiropractic care, and then I started working out with Shawn and doing that stuff, and just my overall quality of life was just a lot better. And, you know, we just continued with that, and we had some other people that may come out and work out, and not only in the boot camp scenarios that Shawn does, but the personal training that he does. His wife Dee has a lot of classes and stuff that she teaches, and the personal training that she does as well. So we just kind of work together to keep we call it the family, right? The fitness family.
Right.
It's very much a family-oriented environment, whether you come into my office or Shawn's office. You come into, any one of those environments, you feel that sense there. And we really work together to just keep people going, right? We talked about being there for next year, right? For next year's family events. We talked about maintaining proper health. Well, you come to my office and we'll take care of your nervous system and spinal health. And then you can go to Shawn and he'll take care of your physical fitness health. Also do some nutrition stuff as well. Just a lot of things, right? That whole body concept that we're looking for, and our proximity and relationship allows us the ability to do that, and we're really seeing great results with people.
So I'm in a car accident. I get hit from behind, and I go see you, Dr. Taylor, and you help get my back in the right place, and then you send me over to Shawn, and you work out a fitness plan between the two of you that complements each other, that I get better quicker.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm going to stay better.
Right. Yeah.
Absolutely, and we talked about this with the accident thing last time. You'll come to me and we've got those stages of healing we talked about, right? And right when we get toward the end of that stage of healing is when we start to talk about a rehabilitative type of thing. Shawn's got a lot more equipment at his place than I have at mine, and there are things that he's able to do there to help that person who needs that internal core strengthening or almost kind of physical rehabilitation if they've been in an accident type of thing. So him and I will sit down, and him and his wife will all sit down and we'll come up with a strategy of what we can do to help that person get back to pre-accident status. And not only just pre-accident status, but to, like you've been talking about, live a better quality of overall life. Because you're going to take that and you're going to enjoy that, and then you're just going to keep it up, right? And keep on going to the next step and help be preventative, right? As opposed to reactionary, which is kind of when I get to see a lot of people, is when they're reacting to an accident, a fall, an injury, or something like that. So
and the two of you can work together also on proactive
absolutely.
health.
Right.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, this is all really good stuff. Listen, for those of you who don't know how to get in touch with Dr. Taylor and with Shawn, we're going to flash their information up here right now. Of course, Dr. Taylor's been on the show several times, but Shawn's going to stay on the show with me after the break here, and we're going to have his wife Dee come out, and we're going to talk about fitness. So everybody stay where you are. PAS Bookkeeping and Tax Prep is open 7 days a week to ensure you get prompt, personalized, and professional service. Call 224-6875. 224-6875. Hi, I'm Phil Fleischman, owner of PAS Bookkeeping and Tax Prep, your affordable accounting alternative. Mention this ad and save 20% off last year's tax prep fees. Call us 224-6875. 224-6875. All right, and we're back. Thank you so much for coming back and watching us. I'm sitting here, I'm still with Shawn Kirkwood, but I have his wife Dee with us.
Hello.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Well, good. Listen, they own Simply Fit Fitness Studio. You're up in Somerville.
Right.
You're right near Dr. Taylor.
Two doors down.
When we talk about physical fitness, it's always good to know who we're talking to. So let's get a little background. Shawn has a very interesting history. I want to pass it on to you. First of all, Shawn, as a veteran, I want to thank you for everything that you've done for us.
Thank you.
You're a veteran of the Marine Corps?
Yes, 20 years.
20 years in the Marine Corps. I asked him what he did in the Marine Corps. He said he could tell me, but he'd have to kill me.
Absolutely.
So I'm not going to ask the question. And Dee, how are you?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Good. And what we have here is we have a combination of tough workout, right? I really like the workout program that you developed.
When we leave that class, everyone is just exhausted, but we feel great sense of accomplishment, and we feel the camaraderie of doing it all together. So it's really awesome.
Tell me if I have this right, though. Not only are you promoting physical well-being, but it almost sounds like mental well-being also.
Absolutely.
Conditioning the mind.
Yeah, mental toughness is a big part of it. Pushing our bodies beyond what we think they can do brings the mental aspect into it. You know, being able to do more repetitions of something than you ever thought possible, just because somebody's there cheering you on and helping you to get that thing done. It works wonders. When you take one person and have them do something by themselves, they can achieve a certain level, but when you put 2 or 3 more around them, then the synergy that's created is just, it multiplies their ability. That encouragement just pushes them that much further. And when you push yourself that much further, you get that much more result from it.
I like it. I like it a lot. Now, but Dee, now you teach a lot of classes also.
Yes, I do. I teach from Zumba to Zen, which is a combination of Tai Chi, Pilates, and yoga, kickboxing.
Whoa, wait a minute. Zen?
Zen. Zen is, like I
Is
said,
this something that you developed?
yes, I have put it together.
Tell me more about this.
Well, the Zen is, a lot of people like to take yoga, but it gets kind of boring sometimes. You know, you sit in that one position for a long time.
So crouching doggy doesn't work for
exactly
a few hours.
some of the people, but and then you put in a Tai Chi, which bring in the positive and let go of the negative energy out. And then there goes with your Pilates, with your form, straightening the core as well. And put all that together. You have one great, fantastic class that you have worked everything from inner and out.
So you're working the yin and the yang.
That's right. Yeah.
Wow.
And that after all the Zumba or the cardio that they just did, followed by the Zen or the kickboxing that I teach and all that
Okay,
stuff.
so there's kickboxing.
There's kickboxing
There's
that I
Zen.
teach. Zen. Butt and
And
gut.
Zumba.
Zumba and butt and gut.
And what?
Butt and gut.
Butt and gut.
That's right. You're
You're gonna have to tell me what this is.
you just it's exactly what it is, what it sounds. Butt and gut. You work the abs and you work your butt and gut. It's a lot of people, they want to have a nice ab.
You can give me a 6-pack?
That's right. If you start coming to my place, we could do that.
Yeah, I have to tell you something. Is when we prepare for these interviews, I always try to talk to the guests and find out what it is they want to talk about, what they're doing, a little bit about themselves. But I actually got caught off guard there, I have to tell you. Because not only do I really like what you're doing with the boot camp style PT,
Right.
we'll call it, but I mean what you're doing also with the Zen,
With the Zen.
the Zumba, the kickboxing. I mean, it's just wonderful. But tell me if am I right in saying that you have the largest Zumba
Classes.
there is,
Yes,
and you have all the stuff that they need to do it.
exactly. Yes. I do.
Well, I mean, that makes it much easier, obviously.
Right.
And are you doing anything nutritional wise?
Yes, whenever I do personal training as well. I
Mhm.
do a majority of the personal trainings I do over there at our studio. And I do whenever a client comes to me and I start training them, we do talk about the right thing to eat, when to eat, how much to eat, and how much workout that they need to do and what they really want to work on. Because most of us women will always have something to complain about. They're not happy. We're not happy with one thing about our body. And they say, well, I really want to work out my abs. And so I still try to work their whole body, total body workout, but at the same time concentrating and utilizing that exercise that we're doing at a time to incorporate the ab workout.
Let me ask you a question. The butt and gut.
Yes.
First of all, I absolutely love that. I really do. But what exercises do you do for a butt and a gut?
Oh, you would not. I mean, it's kind of hard to explain, but you've seen some of the commercial, like Brazilian.
Waxing?
No, Brazilian butt lift, Brazilian butt. Well, we do those similar things. We do a lot of leg lift, and we use. I do incorporate weights with it.
Mm-hmm.
So for 1 hour, we do nothing but exercising our high and our gut.
Or gluteus maximus.
That's right. That's right.
I once read, but I read a lot. I once read that sit-ups are not the best exercise that you could do.
No, it's good to incorporate that with your exercise, but there's a lot other different exercises that you could do, especially those people that has bad back or something that they're not very comfortable with, or it hurts them when they were exercising. You could do actually exercise working your abs standing up the whole time. You could do a lot of work in your abs
Well,
standing
that's really
up.
cool, I have to tell you. But what about those people who genetically are inclined to have a big stomach?
Right there's always going to be a change. Yes, I would say that 100% you probably cannot correct it genetically, but there's always a 50%.
Okay, so here, let's do this. You ready? Mm-hmm. Let me give you guys food choices. Okay, and you give me your reaction. You ready? Shawn, 50-ounce steak.
Love it. I give you a thumbs up every time. Probably
Okay.
not 50 ounce. We probably want to go in moderation.
That's right, yes.
But steak is what it's a good protein source, and particularly when you're working out at the levels that we're pushing people at here, then you're going to need to replenish those protein sources in your body, rebuild those muscles that we've worked out. So that's a good.
So
good
what do you
choice.
recommend for protein sources? Someone who's working out.
Someone's working out. Well, the first thing that I would recommend is the nutrition line that we have there in our gym, called Nutri. That's the company. We've got a program that goes along with it, but it's got a fuel can that you shake up, ready mixed, no powders, no water added, nothing. You
Measuring.
just take that can, shake it, pop the top, 30 grams of high quality whey-based protein, dietary fiber, vitamins, minerals. It's really the best product on the market right now.
Okay.
And that's what I would first recommend. Outside of that, lean meats, almonds, nuts, those are other good sources of protein as well. Those are more snacks throughout the day.
Right.
Good sources of lean protein, lean meat, lean beef, fish, chicken, those sorts of things.
Dee,
Yes.
what are your recommendations on the number of meals every day?
Well, this is what I always tell my clients and to our members, you have good breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner, snack. And you can eat through the whole day, but not to gorge yourself one big meal. You could have one big meal, but cut it in little portion. Eating through the day, that means you're not starving yourself. It's because your mind will go into starvation mode if you try to not to eat or skip a meal, because your body's telling you, your mind's telling you, well, you still haven't put anything in there, so I'm gonna hold on to this one until you put more fuel in me. So it's better. A lot of people say, well, I'm not gonna eat lunch, but that's one of the number one thing to do.
It's
The
kind of
wrong thing.
counterintuitive, really.
Yeah.
When you eat several little meals throughout the day, it keeps your metabolic system running the whole
All day,
time.
yes.
And it
Burning.
burns more calories, burns more fat.
Yeah, I actually agree with you, and I've come to that realization myself within the last few months. Unfortunately, I sit there at my office and I work,
Yeah.
and I'll sit down and I'll start working on a project at maybe 10 a.m. I'll finish and I'll look up, it's 1:30, I'm like,
Right.
oh dear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think for me, I would, if I have to talk to you about it, set an alarm clock or something, or like a reminder. Hey, I gotta get up. I gotta get something in me, so you don't forget the time. Next thing you know, it's 2 o'clock. It's dinner time. You didn't even have your lunch yet.
But I love snacks. I absolutely love ice cream. Greatest snack in the world.
Those are not
Wait a
the
minute.
kind of snacks we were talking about when we said snacks.
What?
When we're talking about snacks as far as 5 mini meals throughout the day, a snack or a little meal can be an apple and a small can of tuna,
Almonds.
you know, a handful of almonds and a little bit of fresh fruit. You want a little bit of fiber, you want a little bit of protein, and some fresh, you know, fruit that's giving you vitamins coming throughout the day at periods, you know, periodically throughout your day.
Right.
Now, I am going to say something here, and it's not to tell people anything different, but what I want to say is this, is that for all the viewers out there, everybody's diet is going to be a little different, and you really need to talk to your doctor,
Right.
because it's not only your BMI index or how heavy you are that we need to talk about. You have to look at your lipids, you need to look at your cholesterol, and you need to look at your liver functions. You have to be cognizant of the whole thing. And they're going to help you along with these people to put together that meal plan that works best.
Right.
For instance, I have high triglycerides. It's a hereditary thing. I've battled it my whole life, and I take medication for it. But I cannot eat fruit at night because fruit is very high in sugar.
Right.
Right.
And my system cannot absorb and process those sugars if I'm sleeping. It does the wrong thing for me. It's the reason why I can't eat ice cream at night.
Right.
But please don't tell my wife that. A little bit of chocolate ice cream doesn't hurt anybody.
Moderation. Moderation is key.
A gallon at a time, brother. A gallon at a time. And you know, as we look at these episodes, there's something else that needs to be said here. Because occasionally I'm asked a question as how this regards their taxes, people's taxes. Unfortunately, the bottom line is that weight training, unless it's prescribed by a doctor, it's just not tax deductible.
Right.
And on top of that, there are limitations on those deductions. You really need to talk to your tax professional to get more information. So our time is running out here, unfortunately. I've enjoyed having you guys. I've enjoyed having you guys also. If you want to talk to Shawn or Dee, their information is right here. Simply Fit Fitness Studio. You're at 622 Old Trolley Road, Suite 110.
Yes.
Right? If they want to give you a call, the phone number is 419-6160.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you have a website?
Yes,
We
we
do.
do.
What is that web address?
It's www.simplyfitllc.com.
Okay, so www.simplyfitllc.com.
Right. Also on Facebook.
We also have
Well-
Facebook.
You should go friend them on Facebook.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Listen, thank you so much for coming. Everybody, thank you for watching the show today. I appreciate it like always. And as I close out every episode, I'm going to ask you to please know your money. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week. Bye, everybody. Hey, welcome back to the show. So, as you know, KnowYourMoney.org is one of our big sponsors of this TV show. The TV show is really intended to bring attention to KnowYourMoney.org. You see, KnowYourMoney.org's primary mission is to provide free IRS representation for low-income taxpayers. This show helps us accomplish that goal. And in order to put this show on, we have some family members. Today, I want to introduce you to Calvin Logan.
Hello, everybody. How you doing?
Calvin is responsible for putting our guests on the show.
Oh yeah, I'm responsible here to put guests on the show. Like I said, just email me, call me. We'll take care of you, not a problem. We're looking for all type of guests, from business owners. We're looking for authors. We're looking for people that want to make a difference. Here at the Just Phil Show, we have a variety of guests with a lot of different experiences, people who love to make a difference. So if you're one of those guests that want to make a difference, please contact us and we'll take care of you. So how's everything going with you today, Phil?
Hey man, I have no problems.
All right.
Just enjoying this.
All right, good. I like
All right.
that.
Yeah, Calvin is right. Listen, we try to bring people onto this show that goes across the gambit of what we see every day, from the small business owner to just an employee someplace, possibly someone who may have had a problem with the IRS, and maybe we help them with that. To the big businesses, to the politicians, to the bureaucrats, to the cities. We try to bring light to what people are doing, some of the hardships that they have. What can we take away from those, and how can we help the other people? Now listen, if you want to talk to Calvin about coming on the show, I want you to email him at calvin.logan@knowyourmoney.org.
As Phil's correct, calvin.logan@knowyourmoney.org. Hey, email me. Tell me your story. I'm here to listen. I'm here to put you on. As you can see, Phil, he's very transparent. We're going to have a great time here at the show. Hey, it's my first time being on, but hey, I'm loving it. I'm having fun myself. I remember episodes we've had. Just recently, we had an author on talking about their book, real excited, real vibrant. Hey, it was an experience. I learned a lot. We had a ghostwriter on the show. Remember that time? Miss Danielle Featherston. That was really fun. We have like a politician, Mr. Wendell Gilliard. Hey, he's making a difference in the community. So it's a lot of things we have going on this show. So please do email me. Don't hesitate. Remember, your story is important. You may be working at a fast food restaurant. You maybe have a business you want to create. You may be writing on a book. Hey, this is the show that makes that opportunity happen for you. So hey, definitely come on in, email me. I like to hear you so we can pass you along to Phil so you can enjoy the show.
And listen, you want to give me a call and talk to me just to say hello? You're always welcome to. The number's right here on the screen. Listen, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you so much, Calvin, for stopping by and actually getting in front of the camera for once.
I enjoyed
All right?
it.
All right. Listen, we'll be right back in just a few moments. Thank you so much for watching us today. We look forward to seeing you again next week. Have a great week. Hey, everybody, know your money. Bye, everybody.
Bye now.
This program is produced in conjunction with Just Phil Educational Television Foundation. For more information on this episode, events, and seminars, or to make a donation, please visit us at www.jpetf.org or call 843-224-6875.